Guys, that doe and yearling down there must didn't read the hunting pamphlet. They don't know bow season's open. I'm out here shooting my bow. And a jackrabbit sitting there. Just got a brand new bow. They just teasing me. They don't know how close they gonna get. They may get an arrow slung at them. Well, good morning, guys. Welcome back to Papaw's place. Guys, today I'm out here. I got my new longbow. But this video ain't gonna be about the longbow because I want to shoot it a few days before I talk about it. But what I am doing today is opening day of deer season here in Louisiana. And I'm getting behind schedule a little bit. And I'm trying to rig up how I can have my GoPro on this longbow. And I just came up with a nice, nifty little way that really looks pretty good to me. It don't look that homemade, because most pieces ain't homemade. One little piece is, but I'm gonna get y'all in here and we're gonna take it back apart and show y'all how I did that. Because a lot of you, especially if you got cameras and GoPros already, you may have these parts in one of them kits you bought, and that's the way I did. The little box kit that I had purchased last year sometime or another, so I could use my GoPro camera, and even the camera sitting there filming me right now on the tripod's got some of them parts and pieces that come in that kit. And if you'll see that kit, it's got a headband you can put on your head, it's got a wristband you can put on your wrist with your GoPro mounts on it. And actually that's what I started out with, the wristband around here first. And it worked good, but it was too close to the bow, because when you cant your bow a little bit, you need your camera to where you can adjust it left and right. But now I got this piece here with this little ball joint in it. Hope y'all can see that very close. But I can adjust this camera any way I want it, and I can tighten it up right here to make it where to stay. Now, again, we're gonna get in and take this apart, but what's holding this on this bow is I've made me a little metal bracket that's screwed on the back of this piece, and it's actually held on by the same strap that's holding this sailway quiver on right here. I think this is a sailway. I've had this a while, the quiver. No, that ain't a sailway. It's made like a sailway though. But one of the reasons I like it being plastic on the top and nothing there, because the first deer I kill with this bow, I'm finna tan me a piece of hide, and this is gonna be deer hide on the top. But anyway, back to the GoPro bracket. It's just one piece that I made, and that's how nifty it is. I think that looks pretty neat, especially to be so adjustable for any direction you need it. Because like I said, when you're shooting and you cant your bow, in order for the camera to be level, it's got to be turned like that. And then you need to, if you're in a tree, I have it adjusted before I go get in the tree. That's why I'm out here practicing. I tighten it down real good, and then all I got to do is remove my camera just by removing the ordinary screw that screws it on to the little mount there. Now, one thing I'm gonna do after I get mine all set in place is I'm gonna put me a black zip tie right around there on top of that rubber that's already holding the quiver on. And it won't be that noticeable being a black zip tie, but that'll be extra insurance that that camera ain't gonna fall off, or if that strap broke or come undone. Now I'm gonna do that. So let's go in there and take it apart. Alright guys, we in the shed here, and this little kit that I had, it comes with all kind of pieces. This here is the little short telescopic that you can put your GoPro on there and hold it around, and y'all see it's got the little bracket with the little screw. It comes with 3 or 4 of them screws, because it works on almost every piece on here, but it did send you extra wing nut screws, whatever you want to call that. And then it has the little clip that you could actually put your GoPro on and clip it on something. And I thought about trying to use that on my stand, but I don't want that. Then it has the headband. And I seen some people on YouTube, they put it on their head, but you gotta have it sitting off cocksided, and then you can't see you hoping you got it right when it comes time to shoot. Now that's too much movement for me. Then it had the little rubber-legged tripod, the little short tripod. Well, that's where the piece was on top, that screws on top of this. Is this little red piece right here that swivels any way you want to swivel it. But the first one I did worked. It also comes with this wristband. It velcros around your wrist, and then you can tilt your GoPro forward and backwards, and this turns. Now that worked good, real good. And all I did, I took a piece of pipe insulation and put around my bow riser to put in there, and then I girded it down tight. But the only reason I didn't like this one is because it's so close to the bow, I can't actually sit there and see. Like if I'm watching a deer and I want to go on and film it a little while, I can't actually see it because, I mean, it's right up against your bow. But that did work. So, let's take this one right here off. First, I'm going to remove my arrows because I wanted to shoot with my arrows in there, because I'm going to be shooting with arrows in my quiver. On this bow setup, I'm going to be leaving the quiver on. And then on the Sailway style quiver here, and there's other brands. Let me look and see what brand this is. I had this one for years. It was still in the pack. So apparently I come across a clearance somewhere for me to have it. Look at that, says Thunderhorn. You gotta look like an elk antler on it. Looks like what's wrote in there real light, and looks like an elk antler. I have to Google that and see if Thunderhorn made quivers, but kind of looks just like the Sailways to me. Because Sailway does sell one without leather on it like that. And like I said, the reason I wanted it, so the first deer I kill with this particular bow, I'm finna tan its hide, and I'm gonna glue it right around there. But let me remove the bottom piece of the quiver here, and there it is. So all I did, I'm gonna lay the bow down now, and then the GoPro, you can leave your black bracket on your bow all the time, then just undo this little knob right here, wing nut screw, whatever you want to call it. Matter of fact, one got a wing nut and one's got a knob. I'm gonna see which one I like the best. I think the knob's gonna have to be the one you use on this GoPro. But all you gotta do is remove that, and you ain't gotta have your GoPro on your bow. This part's gonna stay on my bow. But this here's the little swivel that was on this tripod. It was screwed right on top here in my pack when I received it, but you can use it in other places. But I just unscrewed it, and then I got this piece here that swivels any way I want it. So I took a little thin, flat piece of metal, and that was just a little bracket, and I cut it with my grinder, and then I found a screw that was threaded, just like the hole, just like this screw right here with threads, which is a common thread screw. I couldn't believe it. I figured it was going to be metric. And I put the screw through there and tightened my bracket up to this piece. But then I just put a piece of the Velcro over it, just so that metal couldn't touch my bow. So now when I went to put it on the bow, I'm knocking everything over in here. Your Sailway quiver just slips over your bow like that. If y'all are archery hunter, y'all know how that works. And I just done it wrong. I need to do it this way. And what I did right here, I hope y'all can see this. Instead of trying to go between the bow and the quiver rubber bracket, I put the other side of that Velcro in there, and it's glued on there, and it goes right there just like that. And then you just pull this band and girt that quiver down just like you always would. Try to do this where y'all can see. And then there it is. Now, like I said, all I'm gonna do different, guys, is after I know that this is what I like, because it looks neat, I'm finna put me a black zip tie right around there, and it'll be on top of this rubber. That way that joker can't come off. And then I'll just always leave it on there unless I'm gonna be shooting another bow fin, and then I set it up the same way. So guys, it's on there now, and I even put my black zip tie. And I even put my black zip tie on here, and you can see that don't look very bad at all. Matter of fact, that's about the neatest one that I found on YouTube of somebody setting them up. Now I know you can put GoPros easily on your compound bows and stuff where you got a stabilizer hole. And I see them ones that some has banded them on here and some shoot with it on that head bracket, but I just didn't like that. Like I said, you can get it tilted. And what I like about this, you sitting in the tree stand, you want to film a deer, I can actually sit there and watch it. Just by reaching around there, pushing the button on the top, starts to record, stops to record. Now I will put me a little cover right over that screen there because it's on, and I know in the late afternoon they might can see that. So I'm gonna cover that because I ain't gonna need to be seeing the front screen while I'm hunting. So let's test her out. Turn the power on. Red light's blinking, that means she's recording. And I need it set. I think that's gonna be it right there. We at 20 yards. Shot a little low. Make sure I can see here. See, it needs to be canted just a little bit. Once I get it to where I want it, I'm finna tighten them screws down where it keeps that bracket in that position. So let's see if we can hit that deer from 20 yards and see what it looks like. I'm gonna sit out here this afternoon and shoot. You see this video, you'll know this worked out great. If it don't work out great, you will never see this video to know about it, will you? Alright guys, before I continue on shooting, I'm gonna have to go in there and snug her down good and tight, because when the bow goes off, it's wanting to throw it down a little bit. So we're gonna tighten this up a little bit. I may have to undo the little wing nut here and spin it so I can get to it and turn it easier. It's turned toward the back right now. It needs to be turned on the outside where I can just grab it right here and tighten it down. But guys, if you like these little tight videos, Papaw's Place is a little bit about everything. You don't never know what I might be doing. So if you ain't never subscribed, please reach down there and hit that subscribe button. Ring that notification bell. Don't cost you a thing, but it helps me grow my YouTube channel, because you never know what you may see me coming up with. As far as this, I think it turned out pretty great, especially since it was out of parts that I already had. I'm finna fire one more shot, then I'm going in there to watch it, make sure everything's right. One thing I may have to work with is the settings on the GoPro itself. to see if they need to be on a different setting that does better. Right now I think it's just on the standard setting. May need to be zoomed in a little bit. But as always, hope y'all have a great day, blessed week. Kill you a bunch of deer. God bless. See y'all next time.